Folks, it will be a sad day in America if on this week, Lindsay Lohan is sentenced to 90 days in jail, which has happened, and by the end of the week, Johannes Mehserle, the man who shot Oscar Grant in the back and killed him, is allowed to walk free because the jury thinks, well, he meant to use his taser when he actually used his gun in killing Oscar Grant. That's the prospect we face. Lindsay Lohan's real problem is a judge that wants to make a name for herself, Marsha Ravel, and an awful attorney, Sean Chapman Hawley. Lindsay Lohan should have fired Sean Chapman Hawley a long time ago when Hawley got in front of the cameras and was caught saying, hey, Lindsay Lohan is in Paris partying and doing things that I wouldn't do. Oh, well, that's a great way of throwing your own client under the bus, Sean. What are you doing, okay? And then Marsha Ravel wants to make a name for herself on a questionable probation violation. But then we're going to let Johannes Mehserle even have the possibility of walking free out of jail? Does that make sense to you? Of course it doesn't make sense at all. It's awful. It's terrible. All right? Now, there are those of you who are saying, well, hey, Lindsay Lohan should get the same kind of punishment other people get. Why? Why can't you aspire to be a celebrity? Why do we have to have a nation of losers where people say, well, everybody should get the same treatment for the same thing? No, no, no. Not true. Now I'm talking about a meritocracy. I'm not talking about racism or sexism. That's a different story, and that's wrong, and that should not be. Under those cases, different story. No one should be treated in a racist or sexist way. True. Not everybody should get the same treatment for the same thing. And not only that, having a society like that means that you're not going to aspire to be anything more than you are. That's wrong. Aspire to be great. Yeah, great enough to get yourself out of scrapes. There's nothing wrong with that. And even greater at not getting into them. But back to my main point. Johannes Mehserle should not walk free. Lindsay Lohan should not be going to jail for 90 days. I don't care what you say. I don't care what your opinion is. My view, that's wrong.